Well, I was only there a year. The tours of duty were 12 months. I went to a jungle operations school in Panama for about 10 days prior to Vietnam. And I went over, I was assigned to 1st Cavalry Unit. I was initially assigned to Assistant Operations Officer. I was a young captain by then. And you're afraid. I mean, people are dying. It's a strange country. It's it's a third world country, and people live out in the villages in grass huts and no sanitation and no running water, and it smells because they put human excrement on the rice paddies, and it's just a place of it's lush. The mountains are beautiful. In another setting, you thought, wow, this could be a real resort area. But after I saw my first dead bodies, people that were killed, and I got over the initial shock and the initial fear of, being killed. And you just went about your day-to-day duties, and you didn't think about it. I mean, you thought about it, but you didn't think about it. It was just something you accepted, and if you did things that were right, and you didn't do stupid things, you had a good chance of surviving. And my last 5 months, middle of my tour there was a Tet Offensive, which was a pretty hairy situation. Right at the end of the Tet Offensive, I took over a company, and I was a company commander, an infantry company commander, and that's pretty scary. I mean, when you're getting shot at and you're getting mortars and artillery shot at you, it can be a pretty hairy situation. But somewhere along the line, I felt a peace. I knew that I was at peace with God, and I felt if I do what I'm supposed to do and I trust in the Lord, I'm going to get through this. Well, when I was still in uniform, I can remember walking in uniform through a town or an airport or something. Some people looked at you, some people would nod and say hello. So you got two schools of thought. You got people who probably detested the military, and you had people who probably had some affiliation with the military through family member or something, or their family had a strong military presence in World War II or Korea or somewhere. And so it was twofold. But I know of people who were spit on and ridiculed, but I never personally received anything like that. As I understand it, there are 4 basic markers of physical markers that you can have from Agent Orange, and I have them all. I've had skin cancer. I've had lymphoma in my lungs. I'm currently dealing with a couple of bone marrow abnormalities, which basically are bone cancer. And I know a lot of people I graduated with that have either died from cancer or are currently dealing with it, just like I am. So, but it's just a lot of people who were in Vietnam were affected by Agent Orange because it was used so widely. I mean, it was used around bases. It was used to defoliate jungle, and you went through it after they sprayed it. And I remember times when I got it on my hands. So, it was a lot of people had a real heavy exposure to it.